Hello everyone, sorry I can't be there tonight, I'm overseas, otherwise I would be there. I want to congratulate the other inductees tonight. They're probably feeling very proud, just as I am. This is a very special occasion. Do you know, football's been very good to me over the years. I've probably been involved with over 1,000 games of football, either as a spectator, a player, a coach, an umpire or a commentator. I remember the first time I got hooked on football. I got a book from the library when I was 8 years of age. I opened it up and there was a photo of Carl Dietrich taking a screamer over the top of the pack. I just couldn't take my eyes off it. I didn't realise then, of course, that years later I'd get the opportunity to interview the great man, and that's just how football has been good to me. I want to thank some people a little closer to home. I've got to thank Tim Lane for his wisdom and support that he's given me over the years as a commentator. Tim, thanks so much for that. A little closer to home, of course, John Stokes, who worked with me for quite a number of years covering the footy on television and on radio. I remember the first time I met Stokesy, I stood him in a game at Gardens Oval. I walked out on the ground, shook his hand, wished him all the best. I didn't know then, of course, that 15 years later he and I would be sitting in front of a television camera, and I reached out and shook his hand before we went to air. So Stokesy, thanks very much. Ian Butterworth, 14, 15 years, Bud, as we worked together. I thank you for your loyalty. You've been a great person for me to be involved with. I've got to thank too Dominic McCormack. What a brilliant commentator you are, Dominic. The future for you is going to be much better than it is right now. I've got to thank also Natasha Medbury. Tash was a very, I don't know, she was a junior player who just gave me such a hard time as an umpire, but I've always remembered her, and gradually she joined us as our commentary team and started off as a boundary rider and then became an expert, and then of course a very polished commentator in the end. And I've got to thank Shannon Byrne, who's with you tonight as well. Shannon came into the ABC many years ago saying she wanted to get involved in sports commentary, and look what's happened to her. She's done it at the highest level and doing some brilliant work as she's doing tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, I've got to thank you as well. You've been great friends of mine over the years. You've always been kind to me, and I thank you so much for that. And maybe I'll get a chance to thank you personally when I get back to Darwin in January. I hope you have a wonderful night tonight. This is a special occasion. I'm proud to be part of it, and thank you so much for being here tonight. Good night.